Good evening and welcome to another exciting episode of Goth Yearbook. It is our host, as always, Eric, aka the Eric Wynn, and with us, as always, is the hostess with the mostest, Caitlin, aka the Caitlin D. Caitlin, how's it C wording?
Well, I'll tell you what the C word is. It's crab. Um,
That was actually the original one I was gonna say was how's it feel to be a fucking goddamn crab mom?
I thought you were gonna ask it. How is it crabbing? That's what I was
that
hoping to go for.
the only thought and work I put into the show is day of. I'm thinking a lot about that, and I was like earlier at work at my job where I'm being paid to do other things. I was thinking at my desk thinking about like what should I say tonight, and I was like crabbing.
You just like title a spreadsheet crabbing accidentally.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's like
yeah.
something out of Seinfeld though. You know where like George Costanza, like no matter how hard he tries to be bad at his job, like they keep being like, give him a promotion. Like my boss sees that, he's like, crabbing. I like the way you think. I saw that in this week's business journal.
Yeah. Um,
Let's tell the people
well,
about this goddamn crab situation. That like, what's going on over there?
I also just want to point out that you never tell me when we're starting the show, and I'm always just like sitting in silence and not sure. And I always like want to say something to you and be like, are we gonna start? And then you're like, good evening. I'm like, you could cut the tension in my space with a knife right in those moments. Just like, is it happening?
What
Um,
if I was like, good, Caitlin? Can we get one more check on your end? Like a little nice
you'd be
fake
like
out.
the guy in the band that just starts playing when like no one. I'm like still tuning the guitar
I,
and you're like,
I,
bro,
have,
like,
I have done that before, full on. Like I won't even
I
lie.
could see it. I could see it. Um, so yes, it is crab season here in undisclosed tropical location. Yeah, not much. There's not much to say about it. It's like the crabs have been migrating. They found their way in the house. I think at first I was too lenient with the crabs and I was too welcoming. And I think they took that as like, let's just take over her room.
Mm-hmm.
They were living like in my bathroom, basically, like behind the toilet, behind like Prince has a sandbox there. The one positive that came out of it was they kind of scared him away from using his litter box. So he's been going outside more.
Okay, that's nice.
Like,
That's not bad.
yeah, it's fun. It was funny though, because like they would be standing over the litter box, like with their claws up, and Prince would be like, I don't know if this is worth it.
Have they gone after him yet? Has there been any?
No, they don't go after him. They're very like scared of both and him. But then like one was legitimately coming and like getting up behind my bed at night and would just look at us, and Prince would like look down at him, and he didn't have his claws up or anything. He was just like, hey guys, it's bedtime.
It's your Sebastian as you're wearing your
And at
REL.
first I was like, all right, this isn't so bad, because they were also eating some of the bigger bugs,
Mm.
And it was like one crab, and then it was two crabs, and then it was like five crabs. And then literally the next day it was six. And I could not figure out how they were getting in for a minute. But there's like been construction going on. The house hasn't really been lived in this complete form yet. And I think there's just a gap underneath one of the doors, that they're like helping themselves in. And I am not super proud of the direction I ended up going in my crab mom life, because I've flown them out the window. And I was, at first I was like, all right, go outside. But then I found out like crabs are territorial and they'll just come right back. And so I was kind of throwing them over the wall, and some of them I would just hear like crack.
Oh my god.
One of them, he was like a fighter. He was really fighting me, and I was using a bowl and a dustbin to like dustbin. That word sounds weird.
Dustbin.
Dustin Diamond.
Dustbin Hoffman. Damn it. All right. Oh no. You're on
It
silent
was like
somehow. There you
throwing
go.
crab punches, and finally his claws fell off. And then we released him. I released him, and I was like,
Mhm.
this is probably just bird food at this point, But that's all right. I got my space back. I put up a sign with a crab that has like a no crabs thing through it. And the inn is closed. I am no longer
How many were you up to at a certain point?
I literally took 5 out one night and 6 the next night, and that's when I was like getting really concerned. But then the past 2 nights have been crab free.
Oh, crab free.
2 crab free days.
Well, 5 crabs, as my ex-girlfriend would say, Eric, that's too much crabs. Terrible. What else been new?
Well, I have some cute Goth Yearbook merch up in the
Hell
shop.
yeah.
You go to caitlind.com/shop. We got that going on.
This is why we should like pre-record a commercial thing and like drop in like, and now a word from us live. This is us giving in our best for promoting
It's
ourselves.
also really like weirdly early for this for me, and I was just like crying a lot watching Queer Eye because I'm about to do my period, and I just keep knocking stuff over because I can't. I don't know. There's crabs everywhere.
There are crabs. What was the episode you were watching before we went live? Because you did look like you were coming in fresh off of
It was like a New Jersey mom.
Oh, New Jersey mom.
Mixing some of those factors up because I just watched a couple in a row. It was a Polish mom. I don't remember where they were.
Oh shit, I like it. Great show. Who's your favorite of the cast? Who are you?
JVN for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. Who's yours?
It depends on the season. I feel like each season there's like an MVP. Yeah, I don't know. Rarely Anthony. I like him, but rarely him. I mean, he's just giving us recipes. I don't know if he's like really transforming anyone's life.
I mean, I think they all are, like if 5 people came and just paid that much attention to me for 5 days, probably my whole life would change,
What if what if someone like came in and didn't know what the episode was, and then we brought in Anthony as the guest just then? I was like, anyway, tonight's guest.
Like, the only one I don't care for. No, I love them all. I think they're a great team, but I just think JVN is like, I would want to hate.
I could see that. I like when Carano brought the guy who was shot to the guy that shot him.
That was epic.
That was fucking sick. I was like, oh, he went to MVP on that episode. That was his season for that moment alone. I was like, that's so sick. He brought this guy who got shot to the guy who shot him.
No, Karamo is very.
Sorry.
That he's just like, what's going on in your life that is horrible and darkness and shadow. Yeah. And then he's like, cool, so you're gonna have a chat with this person over some like cheese cubes, and I'm gonna sit here and be like a ref, basically.
He's gonna bring you to like those if we ever do an episode where it's like they're gonna bring you to like those 5 crabs that you like selfishly threw to their slaughter.
That would be
like, this is so awkward as your mother that I tried to kill you and went around and claimed that I was your mother.
You know what? I'm not fucking sorry. I'd do it again.
Damn.
Next time I'm eating soup.
Oh shit. All right, well, that was great. I think that was a perfect intro.
Great.
Yeah. Well, on that note, let's get right into it this evening. I don't even know what to say. These have already become 2 iconic characters in the Goth Yearbook alums. We're talking about 2 of the stalwarts of the New York City literature scene. Let's bring them right in right now, folks. You know them as Lily and Jonathan, and we know them collectively as Dream Boy Book Club. Good God.
I thought you were going to say the children.
I have referred to them as the children too. Let's bring them in. Hello, kids. How are you doing tonight?
Hi. We're pretty good.
Hi, Daddy.
I'm going to apologize to everyone right now. Caitlin's right on the money, man. For some reason, like recording when the sun is still out, like I feel delirious right now.
It's goofy.
Let's go with it.
Let's
I
go
like
with it. You know, we both
Don't copy
dressed
me.
up for you.
That's
I
true.
wanted John to just show the full shirt.
Oh my God.
I'll mail it to you. I'm not gonna wash it though. You can just
Oh, I would be pissed if you did.
yeah. I'll put it in
Over
like
a pillow.
yeah. 100%. You can just hug it.
And and I'll have a conversion for all of your good feeling and just watch it from afar. This never-ending age play that Eric is involved in.
That's absolutely right. For the listener at home, because you can't see, but Jonathan is wearing a shirt that says "World's Best Stepdad" with two thumbs pointing directly at whoever is wearing the shirt at the time. That means that Jonathan is the world's best stepdad right now.
Sort of it's this guy motion.
Yeah.
Oh, it's that. Yeah, it's this.
This guy.
Which notoriously stepdads are famous for doing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I do want to point out too, this was really funny, just like a side note. So like I'd asked Lily a couple days ago, hey, do you have a picture of the two of you together that I can use for promo art? And Lily said no. And I was like, okay, lies, but whatever. And then last night,
Last night,
Lily did send me a picture, and I made art last night that I dropped today. But Jonathan had just posted those pictures, I think, online. So he immediately messaged me. He's like, that, like, fast, like the quickness. And it was.
I was impressed. I was so impressed. And now I'm so disappointed.
Yeah, not to blow your illusion, but I like the idea of you thinking that, like, I immediately saw this picture of you pop up on your feed. And I was like, I'm fucking stealing this and making art in 2 minutes.
Yeah. That's what I thought happened. And now the mystery is ruined. Can we talk more about the crabs quickly?
Yeah.
Yes, please. I would love to take some questions.
Yeah. I feel like the crab's point of view hasn't been represented properly in the conversation as of yet. Like, can you imagine? You find this home, you find this mother who's willing to take you in and be supportive, help you in crab endeavors, help you be a crab in Mexico. And then suddenly, you're being flung from a window back into the harsh world.
Sounds like the relationship I have with my mother.
No,
honestly.
literally, like you are speaking from the voice that like has been in my head as I'm falling asleep. Like after I meditate, and I'm like, oh fuck me, like. But then I'm just like, you know what? Someone someday, whether it's like my time or my body or a murderer, is going to do the same thing to me one day. And we just have to accept that truth. And that was my truth. So
it's why Lily and me make it like a good partnership, because like I'm everybody's internal negative voice, and they're like negative self-talk. And this one radiates sort of like radical positivity.
Toxic positivity.
Yeah, toxic.
My team, we just represent the odds and ends of different extremes. But Caitlin, I'm curious, time, a murderer, or your body, which is your preference?
To die from?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess time is like, I'd like as much time as possible. I don't need like the most time. I don't need to be like 100 years old. Like I'm good at
any Guinness Book. Yeah.
Good.
But maybe I
would like to just fly to a country like Switzerland or something where you can just get like injected, and if I'm just like too crippled, someone can put me in like a little wheelchair thing, and hopefully I like have good enough relationships with people that they're like, cool, we support you, we're done with you. Like, and then we just go take care of it. There's like a company, I think it's in Switzerland, but it's called like Exit or something. There's places like that where you can actually die of assisted suicide. So I would probably want to go that way.
Lily is studiously writing all this information down. It's kind of making me nervous. As Caitlin was like, immediately a pencil was just like.
I'm fascinated. I think that let's go take care of it is probably their slogan.
Well, what do we do for our animals, right? That are like suffering, and like we're so easily like swayed to be like, no, it's so much more compassionate to just end their suffering.
No, I didn't buy pet insurance.
Sure, we throw them out the window. We leave them to themselves after they've gotten used to the comfort of
chemotherapy for a dog. $5,000. I'm gonna make the compassionate choice.
All right, I would like to know, Jonathan, what would you do if suddenly crabs were just filling up your
No,
bedroom.
I wouldn't have allowed crabs in my house in the first place. The problem is like comfort and like a brand new lifestyle, and then like threw them back out into the harsh crab reality of the world. And like, I'm just again, I'm not saying you made the wrong choice. Like, I would have smashed the crabs before they got near the front door. So I
You would go out into the night, seek them out, just
Just
like
for the police department.
preemptive like Koopa bashing.
find their nest and take them out quickly. But I feel like you also just attract dangerous animals. Crabs are a
Yeah.
little dangerous. Scorpions.
Scorpions.
Yeah, I also just live in the
Snake.
jungle right now. So it's like I'm surrounded by creatures of all kinds, and they sort of don't give a shit whether I'm here or not. I agree. It was misguided of me to think that I was ready for that sort of blended family.
I think you're allowed to change your mind. I would advocate for you thinking, okay, I'm setting a new boundary with these crabs. Totally valid.
Yes, okay, sure. Take that, Jonathan. It was totally nonviolent. It was just a boundary.
Sure, but you could have rehomed them. You could have taken them to your neighbor's house and just released them quietly. Like
That
Into their window.
I will attribute to just the pure adrenaline coming from my body, because I like my nervous system. I'll be like fine with the bugs and I'll just continuously sort of clean them up. And sometimes there'll be a termite swarm and I have to close all the windows of the house, otherwise it gets filled with termites. And like, it's just, there are nightmarish things about living somewhere like this when it's like rainy season, you know, just geologically. And that there are moments where suddenly, like, if there's a bug in front of my toilet, like I would rather I'll just pee somewhere else. Like I can't deal with it anymore. There's just times when I can't fucking deal with it anymore. And it was one of those where I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Because the first few times I like tossed them outside gently, I was like, okay, buddy, here you go. Here's the outside world. And then my house was just full of crabs. And I think he thought it was maybe too fun when I tossed him playfully the first time.
Yeah, he thought it was like a game. He was like getting all his buddies involved.
yeah.
Maybe they
So-
like that's like crab king for
That's
them.
my
They love to like get thrown out of like buildings and stuff.
The last time it was scorpions, and this time it's crabs. I wonder what creature you're gonna be dueling with our next time around.
We talked about this last week actually, because also you two might not know this, but she also did buffo, whatever the fuck. She licked like a live frog, and then she also
I
like
didn't lick a live frog. That's not what happened. I smoked
and then-
toad venom.
oh my bad. And then also, what was the other thing you like?
basically
you licked
actually-
up a snake venom or something.
The snake venom, yeah. That was the one where I was like
Caitlin is inviting all this energy, I think, into her life. Like she's like literally like fill my body with all of the like animal fluids, and then she's like, why are animals coming to my house?
Yeah, you've got a scent. You've got a scent now, and they're all sort of just descending.
Yeah.
Thinking about you're the one on the block that's the most open and receptive to all of them.
Just oozing
Well-
poison.
And interestingly, actually, though, crabs are part of me always with all of these. All the bufo and all these things, I sought them out. But when it's like the scorpion, like came up to my bed, you know, so I was like, and then one time in my last house, there was like a rat in the middle of the night, and I couldn't figure out how that got in. And I was like, oh, it's good luck in business.
Scorpions-
Come on now. You're like, how did a rat possibly get into an attic? Who's ever my business will do well. Hey, I'm not even gonna shit on that. That's like such great positive like self-reinforcement.
Well, and so the crabs, I was like, what is the crab medicine? You know, because that's like the question I'm asking. And it's moving different directions that I find it's like the very literal thing where they like move differently, you know, than we walk forward and backwards for the most part, you know, and they shuffle. And boundaries is a big thing with like Cancer and stuff too, like astrological whatever. I'm not the biggest astrology knowledge base, but I know Cancers have to do with having really strong boundaries, and so maybe I had to have strong boundaries with the crabs. And like the scorpion, one of their big messages is about it. They're usually about death, and I killed the scorpion. So,
So you conquered death. Fuck
That's right.
yeah.
You're never gonna go to Switzerland now. You don't need to.
Yeah.
Conquer death.
It's like
I'll just
monkey's
walk
paw
into the
thing.
jungle.
You accidentally like made yourself like invincible to death.
That would be hate that.
Hopefully there's a lot of seasons of Queer Eye.
Okay, first of all, I also want to turn this question back. I think it was Lily's question.
Caitlin D taking back the question.
Good night. We're just talking about you being like I Am Legend, but only instead of the dog in that movie. Remember?
Crab, yeah. The Will Smith movie.
Just one crab.
Yeah.
It never dies. How do I want my body, time or murder? 100% murder. Yeah. Just like make it get my adrenaline pumping,
I just want to make it meaningful for somebody else, right? Like it'll be like a fun event for them.
Yeah, it'll be like definitely a fun event. Or maybe like one of my
turn on for quite a few of them.
Yeah, I think
Sure.
I would hope that it would be something
Plus,
like that.
They take care of body disposal, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to.
My family doesn't have to worry about that.
No.
They're not gonna have to.
Yeah, that would be really the tragic thing for the family to deal with. Would be the body. Much rather they know that whoever murdered you just had their way with you.
Yeah, I hope they have their way with me. I mean, God's perfect listeners, Okay. Let's do a call. No, I think that murder probably, then second my body, and then third age. What about you?
Just murder.
Yeah.
I feel like when you both were talking about like getting old, like 80 years is life is way too long.
Yeah, 80 is so. Why did you pick 80? I feel like I don't know.
I think I'm gonna hit like a really cool stride in my 60s, and I'm gonna I would like to produce a lot of work, I don't know what it's going to be, but just some sort of art to like leave in the world. And I feel like if I was just like a hardcore stoner too, and I'm just like one of those old ladies who never knows what the fuck is going on, but like, hopefully I've either married men with children that like me, or like my sister's children still like me. And so I'm like kind of part of the family still, but like, I can just like paint nudes of firemen or something. Like
that's gonna be your body of work. I love that. I think that's gonna be iconic.
This is like the next Julia Roberts movie, probably. It's like Stepmother 2.
Like I'm picturing Renaissance art of
very
firemen.
pornographic. Very pornographic.
Yeah.
Of like cops, firemen, military.
I did not think that you said cops for a second.
They need to feel degraded too by culture.
Oh, absolutely.
And honored. I just lost like all of our
yeah, the YouTube counts.
Hot takes are important,
I want to shout out real quickly just to rearrange this conversation for a second. I did want to shout out. I forgot to mention that I'm actually in the presence of 3 Dream Boy Book Club signees right now.
Yes.
True. That's so true. Yeah, we just put out Caitlin, or an excerpt from this sort of long project that Caitlin's working on. That's amazing. Talks a lot about the move to Mexico. I feel like, again, like I feel like the crabs change a lot of my interpretation of that excerpt now, and like my feelings have changed a little bit on it.
I don't know.
I love
think
it.
It just
by
colors it. It just adds to the kaleidoscope. I really enjoyed reading it. So thank you so much for submitting it.
And I've gotten so many messages from people that I probably could like send you to, but again,
please send them to me because I desperately need the validation.
Yeah, of like, this is amazing. Like, she is amazing. And I just a little heart thing, and then I just ignore it and go back.
Hard relate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also how Eric treats me most of the time, so it's totally fine. But it's
Right.
mostly what I send him is like, videos of otters.
I'll be like, man, it's crazy at work today, and I like check ins like 15, like. Like
But it's really,
the crabs have like gained more power. They're taking me away, and I just like do the double like.
And like screenshots of conversations with like my family members and stuff. And he just hearts it. Like we never talk about it.
it's a
Um,
perfect level of engagement. I love it.
No, it's so good though. What do you want to do with the project?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wanted to say, like, first of all, I'm so grateful to you both for like being excited about it and putting it up. And it's funny to me because neither Jonathan nor I have any idea like how we first connected or why we're friends on Instagram.
I thought you guys went to school together. Like when we.
No. No, I've never.
Maybe.
We've never met.
Yeah.
IRL, but like I have been an avid like journaler since I could write basically. And my first journal, by the way, was called Frog Book, but I addressed him, "Hey Frogbo."
Wow.
So that was before. And I unfortunately like burned that after my mom died in just a very emotive rage. And I've burned a lot actually of my journals over the years. I've lost a bunch of them. Sometimes it's just like I don't have like a family home, so I have to like every time I move, I have to take everything I own with me and cut down on a lot. So I try to keep like maximum 20 notebooks on me, and it is like I have zero capacity for linear time, as Eric well knows, like
Yeah.
for understanding how to
Not
be
only
part
do
of
you know
that.
like when the show is about to start, it feels like often we don't know when the show is going to.
I don't know
record.
what day of the week it is. Yeah. And time is hard. But so I tend to have a bunch of notebooks at the same time, but I write in all of them. So then they skip around and there's just no way of like putting them in a linear piece. And then finally I started to be like, they don't have to be in a linear piece, and that's even more like magical, I think, to put them together, just like wake up and transcribe when I feel like transcribing, and it also feels like saving a pieces of myself from over the years that like I have discarded a lot of pieces too. So I think that there's like a really therapeutic practice for me, cathartic practice for me too, to go through things and be able to like discard what I don't like and it doesn't resonate with me and is super embarrassing, and then maybe keep a little bit of that and then like mesh it in with the stuff that like was really like beautiful or like in a moment of where I was really in it, or even just really honest and something that was just very uniquely about my life that I wouldn't have remembered otherwise. So that's pretty much all I'm doing right now and now that I put two and two together, and there was like a moment because I was sort of having trouble with this project because I was like, I don't know what I want to do with it when it's done. There's no like real motivation because then you start submitting it to people and hoping people read it and hoping people are interested, and then I was like, wait a minute, I know Jonathan and he's always posting cool shit, maybe he would be into it. So it's exciting too because I've just always wanted to be a writer, and it's something I've always been, but I've never shared. And so sharing actual journals also is like a really big cathartic thing for me to help me work on the other type of writing that I do and being able to, because at the end of the day, like I think I genuinely don't really give a shit right now anymore, like what people think about my life or my opinions or my perspective. And it's more important for me to just like, for me to give a shit about it enough to like give voice to it.
Does it feel different than songwriting then? Like putting out
Massively.
Yeah.
My songs are so like 50 layers different from what I'm actually going through, and they're like more characters, and this is like these are just my journals for the most part. There's very little fiction in it. I feel like I should pretend that there's more fiction in it because it would make it more fun to write, but I kind of like, I don't know, maybe there is, but we all have fiction even in our truth, I guess. So
yeah, I think that's what makes it so fun to read. It was really evocative. There were so many images, especially the what we excerpted. I mean, it just really spoke to me. I thought that I just imagined it so well in my mind. so yeah, you did such a beautiful job, and I'm excited to see where the project goes. I think that, you know, images could be involved in it, maybe an audio visual kind of multimedia project where a song is alongside it. But yeah, I think that's what we're trying to do right now on the site, just kind of make a call for writers who maybe haven't previously shown their work or previously considered themselves writers of this kind of medium, and then just spotlighting them and in the hopes that, you know, people just keep writing and keep submitting and feeling really excited about the process.
And Eric, when are you gonna submit? Like,
I was
Yeah.
gonna ask Kaylin, can I read the can I do like the audiobook for you?
Oh yeah.
Can I do like my Steve from Sex and the City specifically voice for it? My name is Kaylin D, and these are my thoughts.
Nothing would make me happier, honestly.
Eric, what's
The
your,
crabs, the
6
crabs,
and a
they
half
come
hours.
at night. What?
Eric,
Yeah.
some original stuff though. What are like the 5 latest entries in your notes app? I think that
Oh my
there's
gosh.
something there that
ooh.
the
Let me pull
world-
it up
I love this.
right now.
While Eric's pulling that up, why don't you guys plug your website for anyone who's listening and who's like, I want to be part of that.
It's dreamboybook.club.
And if I'm not mistaken, Lily, a few months ago when you had suggested this, I could have sworn you had said that you guys had like an announcement or something, or is this?
We have a big announcement.
We do.
Well, we hadn't announced it when we hadn't announced it when we came on, so it's not necessarily an exclusive announcement. However, it's an announcement.
But it's already like set and ready to go.
Yeah, but we can talk about it.
Okay, sure.
Just that we're doing a writers retreat in Curacao, and I guess the exclusive part of it is that if it goes well, we'll do it annually.
Ooh.
Apparently, we're doing it annually from now on. All right. Exciting news to me, also. Wonderful.
Well, you know,
This
I'm really
is-
excited about this. But no, it's gonna be really cool and like
Yeah, it's gonna be like think of an Adam Sandler movie
no.
where he goes.
Like Grown Ups too?
no,
Yeah, like
no,
he goes to some exotic, you
Nope.
know, quote unquote place,
This is not
a
true.
beachy getaway.
no.
You're
And
talking about
I-
Adam Sandler, like the auteur, right?
Yeah,
No.
the cinematographer,
Yes.
and just imagine him on a beach and hijinks
Mm-mm.
and hilarity ensues. So it's
Mm-mm.
gonna be like that, a week of your life. It's just you're gonna
Mm-mm.
meet the love of your life.
No.
You're gonna write a lot of cool stuff,
Yes,
and you'll be with us in Curacao for a week in a mansion.
that's true.
That
You know-
sounds amazing.
Yeah, so we're running this retreat in November for a week, and it's going to be really sweet. Just kind of lots of daily excursions and writing activities.
All true. Well, not all true.
Why
There's
do you
no
seem
Adam
so
Sandler
hesitant?
because there's
No,
not. It's
Adam
not going to be
Sandler.
Adam Sandler focused, and I don't want to give that.
Oh no,
impression to
no,
people.
it's not an Adam Sandler.
I don't want to
theme
attract-
It's not like that's only
Adam
one of the
inspired.
that's only one of the nights is like the 3 hour.
No.
Yeah, totally.
If you put out that energy, that's who we're going to.
They're just
draw
going
in.
to be middle-aged.
Kevin James will be coming.
What is the energy you want, Jonathan?
What's the who's the opposite of Adam Sandler?
You want like some like drunken Hemingway like debauched
No, no, no,
weekend
no, no.
or
Too far opposite.
Opposite,
Somewhere
like
in the middle.
The
Somewhere in the
highbrow
middle.
opposite?
No. Lowbrow, but not Adam Sandler.
Mary Shelley in
Lord Byron jerking off
Yeah.
on Lake Geneva?
Five.
exactly.
Fives minus some of the incest, probably.
Well,
Well.
your shirt.
Well,
A little bit. Come on.
we'll see how it goes. We'll see how. We'll report back after.
Adam trips a call. What if Adam Sandler, friend of the show, Adam Sandler, of course, submitted his best? What if Adam Sandler submits something and it was just undeniable? Like you two were just like, fuck, like this is it. Like the voice of a new generation. Like would you release it?
Did his grocery list, we would put it on the site.
That is actually true. Yes, I agree with that.
What do we think is like the number one top thing he writes, like when he starts that grocery thing?
Hot dog buns.
And what he does is like, you know how sometimes you can title your notes, but like some people like me, they get impatient, so you immediately start writing your list. And so like you get a bold top one that says hot dog
Ew.
buns. That's like all bold and big, and then below that's like grapes.
Exactly. Grapes, give or take. Mostly just
Hot dog buns?
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're doing this writers. We're doing this writers.
Yeah, so we're doing a writers retreat.
That,
That was great.
And yeah, I think that's.
Yeah, that's
It's
our
going to be
announcement.
annual, apparently.
Amazing. I want to go next year.
You should.
Yeah.
We would love to have you.
I feel like we invited you, and then Eric responded by saying he was afraid that Lily was going to murder him if he attended.
Did I say that? That's probably true. I probably did say that, and it's probably true.
It's happening, Eric.
You
I've
definitely
said
did.
that I'm the subby one so far on this pod. I've said I'm the murderee.
The murdery.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Eric, you guys never answered. Oh no, Jonathan, you answered. You want to be murdered too. Eric, how do you want to die?
I am. Oh my god. I'm blushing a little right now because I actually didn't understand what you guys were doing in that moment. I like missed something that Lily said to start all that, and then you guys started going on it, and you all knew exactly what you were talking about, and I was like, what's going on here?
You're like, please don't ask me.
I'm literally sweating.
It just ended in how do you want to die?
The question was,
Okay, so do you want to be murdered?
wait, was that really it?
Yeah, so how do you
Oh.
want to die? Through time? Have your body kill you? Or be murdered?
I literally just put my ear to the microphone. I
Because,
said
yeah.
that would help me hear. I'm so discombobulated right now. Murdered. I actually would want to be murdered because like that's like notorious and like there's a little bit of infamy that like goes on after. Jonathan, why did you said you want to be murdered?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, one, it feels like the other two might take a long time.
Yeah.
And I feel like life's a little long.
Oh, gotcha.
And it can happen anytime. Could be today.
Wait, why is car crashing a thing?
I guess, you know what? If I'm doing assisted suicide, technically I'm also choosing to be murdered.
That's
That's
true.
true.
That's true.
We all want to be murdered. Great,
Yeah.
guys.
Wow, there's so much in common.
Should we move
No.
on to questions for? Oh, sorry. Eric.
I going back to the murder on the island thing. What it is like it would make like for like a good, I don't know, like a mini series like that where it's like these two hip young like writers, like they invite all these people to come to their writing retreat thing.
Like a
and
Knives
then-
Out sort of movie.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but yes. And like one by one, like
No, but we know who
people get
did it.
murdered and shit.
No, they had that show
Mystery
recently.
solved. Mystery solved.
No, that
It
was a
Lily.
show very recently.
It's going to be a very short movie. It's just Lily did it, and then we all.
What?
God, I'm incapable. Wait, no, Tiffany had in something.
Oh yeah, I watched that Search Party or some shit. Not Search Party. I'm sorry.
I know. Search Party is annoying. Also, it was very similar. I think it was like the same people that produced it. What is it called?
I don't know. I know exactly. It was on Apple TV.
I really liked Knives Out.
I love that. I liked it too. I was very engaged the whole time.
I thought it was a cool movie. It was kind of like a more modern Clue.
Yeah.
'Cause
I
it's like,
love Clue.
but it's noir. It's like a mystery.
All right, let's get
Goth
to
House.
some of these questions.
Huge fly.
Someone wanted to know. Hey, listen, here on Goth Yearbook, we get the hard-hitting questions, and fans of yours are no different. They want to know right out the gate, what is your favorite cereal?
Oh.
For the
Yeah.
listener at home, Jonathan is stroking his chin. He's really thinking.
I just killed a really big
I was-
mosquito.
Murder already. The bloodlust like begins. Like
Really? Oh my gosh, that would have gotten me.
Anyways,
Lucky Charms, but only the marshmallows.
see, I was thinking that, but then I was also thinking, well, I was trying to weigh out like because my pick is going to be Oops All Berries, like the Captain Crunch berries, but it's only berries.
I took a picture of that recently. Is that like a new thing or has that been around for a minute? The Oops All Berries.
For sure. 'Cause
I don't-
remember it crushes the inside of your mouth. It just tears it up.
I don't like a sea captain who makes fucking mistakes and then just like blurts it on his like cereal box where he's just like, "Oops, all berries." Like, and I'm supposed to trust this man like manning a ship? No, thank you, Captain.
About it. That's what's fun. I want my cereal to be fun, I guess.
Oops, we run or drowned.
Well, Columbus vibes to go along with like.
Eric, your favorite?
Yeah.
I really do like just some dad ass like cereal these days. Like I like granola with like milk and shit, like oat milk with granola, or like a brand, like a good brand.
I know I've been eating like the Ezekiel like sprouted grains
like fuck yeah.
brand because I'm just like I don't want any sugar. But if I'm doing like traditional cinnamon toast crunch as like a snack, just dry though.
That's the taste that you can see.
And frosted mini wheats. Those are my jam.
Do you reverse engineer the things that you like to fit into the dad aesthetic, or do you genuinely just
No, I genuinely
stick the landing on the roll?
It's like one of those things where I feel like something happens where maybe I do get a little bit more into it, but I've always kind of had like I've always really been into MASH, but now like I exclusively like watch like MASH and The West Wing and like I don't know, I really am like an old man. I have an Ezekiel bread loaf in my freezer.
It's a lack of a father figure.
Someone's been reading my therapy notes again.
Yeah.
I like how the question was, what's your favorite cereal? And we get to it's the lack of a father figure very quickly. And so,
let's dig in a little more into that.
We're all just friends
Eric,
here.
The floor is yours. Please proceed.
Daddy?
About snacks.
I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. We literally just went through this like a couple of, well, I guess a while ago at this point, but no, Kayla and I have talked extensively about our dads or I don't know, lack of.
What do you think your dad's favorite cereal was?
Oh boy.
Cheerios. My dad's favorite I think Honey Nut Cheerios.
Oh my god.
I have a really vivid memory of the 1996 Northridge earthquake, and I think like I can't do math. I was like 8 or something, and I woke up in the middle of the night. My friend was spending the night, and we like went out into the living room, and there were like cats flying around and like things.
Oh, that sounds like whimsical
stuff. And my dad was like running out of the kitchen, and he had a box of cereal in one hand, and they were just like Cheerios, and they seemed like just suspended in the air.
Was he like trying to protect the Cheerios before you and the cats?
He was running outside with the Cheerios like under his arms. No, it was just one of those moments when like time just gets like slowed down, and everything gets suspended, and it'll just like because everything was weird. I had never been in a big earthquake like that. But yeah.
That Honey Nut Cheerios should make that a commercial.
Yeah, for real.
Your family, when the big one comes.
Yeah, exactly. Like the climate is changing. You can't always protect your family.
but you can save a good taste.
Oh, that was a good copy.
My dad was he was not a breakfast guy, but he did every day without fail. I remember like very vividly when I'd be like in kindergarten, first grade, when he would drive me to school, it was like black coffee, dip in his mouth, like Copenhagen dip that he would do like the finger like dot 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 thing, and like Marlboro Red, like all like just straight up like the like flannel, looking like Dan from Roseanne, like.
Shouts out. Under a lot of stress. He's very stressed. I don't know why I'm defending your dad, but someone had the crabs and the dad.
It's all good. It's all good.
Someone has to give them a voice.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
right.
Boomer white men have had no voice in our world. Someone has to speak for them.
So true. So true. They need a platform for real.
Yeah.
Finally, after all these years.
That's the motto of this show. I'm always like, why can't I get on a mic and speak my truth?
Sure.
Someone wanted to know, I think we got this one last time for both of you, actually. And I think you guys both talked about like more recent. So someone wants to know who your favorite authors are. I think both of you got this, and you probably both talked about like newer people. So why don't we do this and maybe talk about like who you guys grew up with, or like some writers that were like you were jiving with that are a little bit older.
I mean, last night we were at a reading at Honey's that Lily hosts monthly.
I saw.
Yeah. And I was talking to another fabulous writer that we published named Kitty St. Remy. And she was talking about how she compares herself to like Baudelaire and the Marquis de Sade. And I was just sitting there like, that is a terrible plan. Like, so I don't, the reason I read like contemporary stuff is because it feels like, oh, this was written by like a person who's currently at Ralph's, like trying to debate whether or not they're going to eat oops all berries, if they can trust this cat. Whereas like reading the Marquis de Sade like feels like reading some sort of like magical text.
Yeah.
It's, like time does something to a text or to a work or to anything in general.
Yeah, that makes
But you
sense.
can actually answer the question.
Well, no, that was an answer.
So, okay, so Jonathan's answer, just to put it to encapsulate it, is that time affects all things.
Yeah.
It's his favorite writer.
Okay.
So don't bother.
Sounds like some like Fleetwood Mac lyrics.
Don't read. Dream Boy Book Club motto.
Don't read.
Don't teach your kids.
Yeah.
The first author that came to my head was Shel Silverstein.
Oh yeah.
Because I grew up reading a lot.
Yeah.
Falling Up was a
yeah.
really book that I read all the time, and almost maybe a quickie is in the style of having an image.
Sure.
And then
Sure.
a short poem.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And
that's
so
true.
yeah, that's what came to mind. A wholesome example. But also, I think we both had that question on our respective podcasts when we were on Goth Yearbook, and felt we said after that we felt so sidelined by that question. It was hilarious because we
I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, we came on to promote books and just felt like true bimbos when we both
Sure.
answered that question. It's the questions you never expect that are the most obvious. What book?
I feel that way when I'm doing like a music interview and people are like, oh, like, what do you like listening to? And I'm like, I can tell you what my playlists are called. I don't remember who the artists are. Like, or I know I like Tibetan singing bowls because it relaxes me, and I know I like murder podcast, like a couple podcasts.
Yeah,
And stuff.
for sure.
I host this show and I'm still sidelined. I knew about that cereal question all day, and like you guys threw it back at me, and you're like, Eric, do you like cereal? I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, Jesus Christ.
He's like, I miss my daddy.
My dad.
Yeah, we're all just doing our best.
Yeah. So Shel Silverstein, that's cool.
Silverstein. Eric, do you have a favorite writer?
I don't know, man.
All right. Next question.
Yeah,
So-
next. Moving on.
Over it.
Someone wants to know, are any of you guys
Britney Spears. That's my favorite right now. Her fucking Instagram posts
Oh
are
my
like,
god.
those need to be put into print.
Those should be
Like,
she really
From
is
her style, turn it into a fucking like historical coffee table book, because that is
coffee
like
table book.
people don't even understand like the depth to which that person was like enslaved. It's crazy. And it's,
She should be on Dream Boy Book Club, man. She got the shit.
God,
Yeah,
that's a
that would be-
dream. Yeah,
that would be
for
incredible.
sure.
Britney Spears. Is Britney Spears just running all of her own PR right now?
Oh, it feels like it. It feels like if not, like the PR person is just really taking the leash off, which is like kind of badass. Then if there was a PR person behind that,
Reach out to us.
Yeah.
I think so much good shit is gonna come out of it. I think she's gonna like release books. I think she's gonna release music videos, like weird internet stuff. Like she's gonna go off, she's like the queen of pop, and this is what she's accomplished on a leash for this long.
yeah,
And like,
right.
granted, there's something to be said about like how much of her career would be here if she like, I don't know, like they'd like ground her out so hard. So maybe she just wants to fuck off and not produce anything, and I would also support that. But like, I just like her story breaks my heart, and like the fact that she's still so pure and still so like full of love, but that she's like no longer taking shit. She's not taking orders. She's not letting any untruths be spoken about her.
She's calling
like,
out God on her Instagram.
She's like showing her tits. She's doing whatever she wants. And I love that. I just love seeing someone who's like not had that freedom, you know. And of course it's like easy to be like, oh well, she's so wealthy and she's like very privileged and this, you know, pop star and everything. And it's like, well, you know, are you allowed to have a cup of coffee every day? Are you allowed to like get in your car and drive to work and work your miserable 8-hour days? Like, it's like really intense to have that level of freedom taken away. And like the fact that she's so iconic, I just think like she can't help but produce some iconic work now that she's like really off the leash.
We love you, Brittany.
Darn.
What do you think her favorite cereal is?
Oh.
Brittany's favorite cereal?
Yeah.
She's probably trying them all now for the first time and being like, I like this one.
Yeah. She's like
literally posted about being able to drink a cup of coffee and how like incredible it was. And she posted pictures of like her family having coffee before and she wasn't allowed to drink it. And she's like, I'm just grateful that I'm able to drink this and like blah. It's crazy.
What if he got like off the rails so fast? What if she's like mainlining heroin within 3 months? She's like, have you guys tried this yet? Like, this is great.
My dad never let me try it.
Yeah. Someone want to know, hey guys, are any of you going to get a tattoo?
John got a tattoo last night.
That's true.
Let me see. For listener at home, what's that say?
John is showing his upper bicep.
It says
Tricep?
Are
And his
those ovaries?
gonads.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. What was
Yuri.
his name? Yuri.
Yuri Blood on Instagram.
Yuri Blood on Instagram. He was at the reading at Honey's, and so like in the back room of this bar, he tattooed my arm.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Lily, you got any ones on Lily? I want.
She's got a bajillion.
Yeah,
I was gonna shout out. You have one. It's a crossword puzzle, and I was thinking about this as I was looking at this text right now, and I was like, what if the tattoo artist like started filling it in? Like filling it in. You didn't know until afterwards, so you saw it's like meow 4 down.
That would be so great. I mean, it's such an annoying when I got that done. Greg in San Francisco did it, who's Taco Monster on Instagram, who is incredible and has done so much amazing work. But it's such an annoying ask. I apologize profusely before I even asked for him to give me a crossword because it's such fine line. And there's just not a lot where the artist can't really play or make it their own. And so it's just like such a headache request, but he did a really nice job and did not get tricky and start filling it in. So I was grateful for that. But yeah, I mean, you can fill it in with a ballpoint pen for sure, and I'll just
how many people have taken a shot at solving it?
Absolutely none, because that would require my consent to do that. But maybe one day if they ask really, really nicely.
All right.
That could be a podcast. Like you could just show it into the camera the whole time, and Eric would just sort of.
I'm like,
for an hour and a half.
Takes me an hour and a half just like do one word. I'm like, I'm thinking meow.
The classic audio format of listening.
Yeah.
That would generate a lot of interest.
Yeah.
Wait, so Lily, do you have any that you plan on getting in the future?
Oh, I don't know. I was thinking of getting one last night when Yuri was there, but then I felt I don't know. Maybe I'll get like a little. I think I'm gonna do more on my hands. So maybe I wanted to get maybe an arrow in my thumbs, thumbs up, you know. So it's a little.
This guy.
Yeah, you're gonna get world's best stepdad.
When I get into my stepdad era. Also, I just want to show that. I mean, this isn't a podcast, but I just wanted to shout out that we have an icon in the audience.
Oh.
This is Billie Jean Grey.
Hell yeah, the icon herself.
Yeah. Well, Jean is actually a thembo. Jean is definitely like
the icon themselves.
Exactly, and Jean is eating some raw venison right now, which is Jean's the only thing that Jean eats. So I defrost venison for Jean all day, and I just wanted to shout that out for everyone. But Jean doesn't have any tattoos. That would be mean.
Does Jean get any grains? Because cats need some grains and greens in their diet too.
Oh yeah, Jean.
Wow, way to call out our guest live on camera
I'm
about
I just want to make sure
diet.
Jean.
I know. I'm like, you're coming for the crown right now. Jean is definitely like you could see Jean is like very with health. But yeah, Jean's not my cat, but I think Jean every once in a while gets a little like fancy feast.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Prince right now is actually behind my computer and he's sleeping like face down, you know, and he's dreaming, so I can just see his like head kind of like twitching, and it's just very cute all around. 10 out of 10 cute.
Nice. Caitlin, do you have any? You've gotten a few. Are you gonna get like a crab tattoo?
It's so funny because I actually, the next tattoos I want to do are on my hands. I was never able to get hand tattoos because I was working as a massage therapist, but I wanted them for a long time. And I mean, not because of the job, but because I would have to wait for them to heal because I'm washing my hands all day long. And, but it's a little, so I actually trade right now with a tattoo artist. The only person I'm doing body work on down here is a tattoo artist that we're going to be like trading. And I'm just getting my tab up because I'm not really ready to get them because it's too hot and humid. And healing a tattoo in the humidity, and it's just like nasty.
We should get a crab because it's like the cancer
Well,
crab.
It's funny because I actually saw there's a guy at the cafe I go to here that has a crab on his hand and it looks really cool. And I was like, oh God, I don't want this to be it because I actually don't really want to like crab hand.
Yeah, that's fair.
I should just make it a claw so that my whole hand looks like a lobster, a crab claw. It's like just red with the details, you know?
Yeah, and then when you, I mean, not you specifically, but you know when people have a panic attack, I mean, I say mints.
Yes.
You know, wow, I've never heard of such a thing. Do tell.
That happens to me, you know, and lots of people, you get lobster hands.
I get those.
Oh, yeah.
For listeners at home who don't know what we're talking about, yeah, there's like a common symptom of panic attacks that I also believe are just energetic releases that people can breathe through once you learn how. And you're actually, what's happening is you're tensing your shoulders so much that you're cutting off circulation to your hands. So what happens is your fingers curl up like claws and you like can't release them. But quick tip, just focus on your breath and try to slow your breath down and get deeper breaths, and they'll probably go away in a little bit of time.
Or you just look so cool sitting on the kitchen floor hysterically sobbing with lobster hands.
I've been there. I've been there at work. I've been there at home. Been there at the yoga studio. Yeah.
There you go.
Hell yeah. Anxiety.
But I don't know if any listeners have suggestions about what I should get on my hands. My claws are open.
Just post some more
boy.
Online.
Huh?
Jonathan is disgusted right now.
Post photos of your hands online and then ask the listeners. Yeah.
Anyone out there?
While you're at it.
People have to pay for that sort of content.
People have to pay for feet. It's true.
Yeah, that's not free. Come on.
No feet for free.
That's right.
True.
Or ass. No ass on my gram.
Why don't you just put all that in block text on your hands?
No ass on my gram.
And then like your OF handle like on the other one, like
just gonna put my OF handle like in my like
the QR code or whatever that they can scan.
No, the QR code.
Yeah, that someone can like scan. You're like, you just put your hand out, like, here you go.
I could get around the dating app bots that way.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Was the original question, what books do you read?
I have no idea.
We're still on Serial.
Oh, what tattoos?
Really?
Oh, yeah. It was
Are
tattoos.
you ever getting another tattooer? Is that something you plan on doing?
I like got a lot in my 20s, and then the only one I think I got in my 30s. No, I got the Susie Sue one in my 30s too. But the only other one I've really gotten like in more recent years is my tiny little Murph one I got when I was in London, my dog. And I don't know. I used to get them all the time, and like I actually kind of lost that itch. Like a lot of people, like they get it and then they never stop the rest of their lives, and I feel like I did stop. Like I don't really have any desire to get anymore.
I want a lot more, but they hurt so much more for me now than they used to. Like my pain threshold has gone way down.
Lily or Jonathan, is that your only tattoo, or do you have a bunch of others?
Yeah.
What did you think for the pain? And Lily, my follow up to you was like, which one would you say was like your most painful?
That's good.
Like it didn't even register.
That's how I felt for my arm ones too. Like none of my arms the only ones I've
That's
ever
the
hurt
least
was my
painful.
legs.
Is the back of the arm is one of the least painful zones
Yeah.
on the body.
Yeah,
Get
it's
up.
perfect. Like very few nerve endings. And
Mhm.
I mean, he also has the hands of an angel. And
Yeah,
so
Yuri has the
that helps.
Yeah, I started my first tattoos. I think my first 4 tattoos were on my feet.
Yeah, those
And so
ones are a little bit rougher. At least for myself.
yeah, and so but I don't know, my pain threshold is pretty high. So yeah, it doesn't and I don't know, I kind of like the feeling of it.
I used to, and
I
then
did
the
too.
last few that I've gotten, I'm like, no, I don't like this. I used to like pain a lot more just in general.
Yeah.
And then life hit you on the side of the head. Am I right? We're almost hitting to that hour mark. So I'm gonna ask you guys real quickly one last one. What songs are you currently obsessed with?
Ooh. Wow, what a difficult question.
Thank you and good night. Our guests this evening were Jonathan and Lily. My name was Eric.
Yeah.
Okay, my song is ABBA. It's SOS.
Ah.
It's really good for any mood. I listen to it when I want to get pumped up. So on the way to a reading is a really good time to listen to it. I just love ABBA because they're iconic poly mishmash of people that learned English phonetically when they were singing these songs. I think I don't think it's apocryphal. And so really the lyrics could be anything, but now they're like incredible songwriters and came out with this new album.
Voyage, so good.
Yeah.
Oh, it is good.
It's fucking great.
On Damn is just such a divorce anthem. But yeah, SOS, Peter Townsend of I think The Who said that it was the best pop song in history. And it really, I completely agree. I think that every single beat of that song pumps me up and just gets me going.
Hell yeah.
So we both fucked with ABBA. I love also Mamma Mia. Are you like a Mamma Mia fan or?
Am I a Mamma Mia fan? I've been like.
But Lily's like, Mamma Mia, I am.
I have an unlisted playlist on my YouTube account that's called Mamma Mia Orgy, and I'm just waiting for the right group of people to invite over to be.
Oh boy. Well, you found them. You found your family. Your chosen family are here.
Yeah. What, Curacao? I'm kidding. When I go by myself. But yeah, Mamma Mia, I'm definitely a fan. ABBA, definitely a fan. Yeah, I've curated many a playlist that's just entirely ABBA.
Fuck yeah. That's what's up. I fuck with that heavily. That's awesome. Jonathan?
The reason I'm struggling with the question is because I don't really listen to music. I just put the headphones in and then.
So people will ignore you?
Yeah, exactly.
People leave you alone? It's not the worst.
Yeah, they're not even charged. They're Beats Pro Fit by Dre or whatever. I don't exercise.
Not sponsored.
Yeah, not a sponsor yet, but Dre,
open to it.
Yeah.
They have not checked their emails yet, but.
Do you ever hear anything through them, like from, like, like?
Where are you going? Where are you going with this, Galen?
Like, messages or anything?
Are the voices telling you guys about like who we should be murdering based on colors and numbers that are given to us in coded messages?
I haven't had any spooky messages lately, unfortunately. Have you?
From your headphones?
Yeah.
No, they don't talk to me.
Okay.
an American Girl doll, but it was something else that I like wanted so bad when I was probably like, I don't fucking know how old, 10 years old or something, maybe younger. And I wanted it so bad, but it was like expensive. And then my parents got it for me for Christmas, or my mom did. And it was like in my room. And then I used to sneakily like watch horror movies on our cable when no one was like paying attention to me.
That's what you would sneakily
like,
watch?
I would
Nerd.
change the channel, and I would watch like Night of the Living Dead, and then they would just scar me horribly in ways that then I would not be able to talk about because I didn't want to admit that I was like watching the scary movie.
Oh, that's the worst. I do
So
remember
I,
having that
like-
moments when I was like 9 or 8, and I was like, I can't tell my mom the reason I'm all fucked up right now, but I am fucked up from this fucking like movie, from like The Exorcist.
And I watched this movie. It's like The Dolls or something, and it's like some old horror movie from the 80s, and it's these two girls that like, I don't know, I think their car breaks down, so they spend the night at this house, and there's these dolls
Sounds
there.
hot so far.
Yeah, and then when they're in the house, the dolls just like rip them out of their beds and are like smashing their heads against the wall and shit, and like
Fuck yeah.
dragging them around the house, and they're super strong and they're really evil. And I would
yeah, they sound like dickheads.
Yeah.
they're not nice. And so I would go to sleep with this doll across from my bed, and it terrified me. And I would literally like after my mom left and like I was just alone in my room, I would like look at the doll and I would like beg it not to kill me in the middle of the night, and I would be so afraid to go to sleep. And finally, like my mom could tell that I was like being weird about sleeping, and I used to also have a lot of nightmares, but normally I would tell her about them. And I was like, finally it broke down, and I was like, I've been watching scary movies and I saw this thing, blah, 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 and like I feel bad because you spent all this money on the doll, but like it creeps me the fuck out. And she was like, well, just give it to your sister. It's like, actually that works out because she's the real fucking nightmare in this.
The goosebumps ending to that story would be like you heard like the doll come alive in the middle of the night and like started like messing up your sister, but because you like begged it not to, like it like did not hurt you. So then like the book ends with like, and I heard my sister's head smashed against the wall.
Well, Casey,
Which sister?
I'm
Okay,
sure you're
so
never
good.
listening, but I didn't. You seem fine, so I won't apologize for something that never happened. But it wasn't my intention to have you killed by the doll.
Wasn't her intention, right? Okay.
Lots of non-apologies from me tonight.
Yeah. All right.
Where's
We
my team?
we've already done our mash with you both, but we did not. We can do this quiz together. So
Yeah.
actually, Caitlin, can I send you a
Yes.
copy of the quiz as well in the chat? And then why don't you answer Lily's and I'll answer Jonathan's, because that's how I'm looking
Boys
on
and
the-
girls.
Oh, look at that.
Boys versus
Okay.
girls.
Wait, are we doing this too?
No, so don't click it. Do not click it.
Not click
She
it.
just opened it up and had
Hey,
the link.
I
Right.
said no. Which pop princess are you most like? How often do you wonder if you can be like Britney, Christina, Avril, etc.? Well, this test will help you find out. What if I really didn't know what etc. was? I was like, etc. I think my doctor said I had that. This was developed by Erica. I can see Kaylin laughing because she probably did think for a second like Eric doesn't know what etc means.
Well, I did keep reading it and not recognizing it.
That's beyond fair. You guys think that you're bimbos? Like I am full on like himbo. I drink that dumb bitch juice every day. This was developed in 2003 by an Erica. Shouts out, similar name to me, Eric. All right, let's do this, guys. How would you describe yourself? I'm a normal person, not show offy, just normal. I'm one of those ditzy kind of people. I'm often very happy and perky. I'm crazy and I like to show off. I change. One day I'm sweet and innocent, and the next I'm crazy. Or I'm me. I don't care what anyone else thinks.
Wait, are we answering collectively?
No, just
No,
read.
individually.
I don't have the same.
We're gonna each pull for one of you.
I love the way you read all of those.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Thank you. Good night. This was a great episode. I just was looking for that validation. You guys have been my guests.
You can go first.
I'm crazy.
Wait, who did I say that? Oh, you're going to do Lily. Okay.
I got hers. Yeah.
What's the one about like changing your mind all the time? Was there one like that?
I change. One day I'm sweet and innocent, but the next day I'm crazy.
Perfect.
That's you?
Mark me down.
Holy shit. Okay, Kaylee, you want to read the next?
Question 2. What does your closet mostly consist of? Mini skirts,
Whore.
tight jeans, and my 1,000 pairs of sunglasses. I like pink, S whites, and baby blues. I don't know what S whites are. I think just
Skechers.
S
Oh,
whites.
Or
Okay.
Swiss, like those Swiss white shoes, right?
Okay. I like pink, S whites, and baby blues. I like the light colors. 3. I wear jeans, t-shirts, the occasional skirt, stuff that's comfortable. 4. I like to show off a lot of skin so
Oh,
I get
fuck.
noticed. Or 5. Mostly dark colors, and I love to wear bracelets and stuff like that.
What's stuff like that? Ooh,
It's like those bracelets that like tell you like, oh, I rim job, so I get the red one.
oh yeah, sure.
Hell yeah.
okay.
5 for me. Whatever 5 was. What was it?
Mostly dark colors. I love to wear bracelets and stuff like that. You do wear for the listener at home, he has no less than 5 bracelets on right now.
True.
So many bracelets.
I saw Lily's eyes actually look. For the listener at home, I have to call it out. I saw Lily actually look down at his hands to confirm.
One bimbo to the other.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Mine is I like to show off a lot of skin.
Oh shit.
Nice. What a slut.
Right?
That's what I'm saying. What day is your birthday closest to? December 18th, September 27th, December 2nd, July 10th, or April 10th?
It's like a math question.
Whoa.
I know. This is like Price is Right, where you're like, how close do I?
I have it in front of me and I got panicked. I
Yeah.
need to answer it.
July 10th.
September 27th.
Okay. What if both of your birthdays actually were like one of the answers?
I'm only
And
off
what if I created this quiz and the next one is your social security number?
What is your mom's maiden name?
I don't know.
Oh, sorry. Okay, question 4. What do you do in your free time?
I don't know.
Not sure.
Hanging with friends, going to the mall with my friends, sports, hanging with my family, or hanging with my boyfriend.
Oh shit.
Hanging with friends.
They all involve hanging with other people.
Yeah.
Not if you're doing solo sports, I guess.
So sports. But
Eric, we're in trouble here.
Hey, your family could be like yourself. Like hanging with
Sure,
hanging with family is like me.
Animals count as family. Crabs.
Because that represents like staying in, I think. Hanging with family
Right,
means like
the family one.
yeah.
Wholesome.
Did you say the Adam Sandler one?
Nope, I did not. I said the family one.
Oh,
The
my bad.
wholesome
I thought you said the Sandler one.
The Sandler one.
Correct. Did not.
Sandler's
What-
a family man.
It absolutely grown ups too. Now available on Blu-ray. What kind of movies do you like the most? Drama, horror, animated / romantic comedies, comedies, or romance.
Wait.
So just to be clear, there was drama and then there was horror. And then there was animated / romantic comedies. And then there was one that just said comedy. And then one that just said romance.
Whoa, okay. I like really cheesy romance, like Lifetime movies.
Oh my god. The holiday ones, that's like all I play all
Holiday
year long,
ones are
like the Lifetime and
so-
Hallmark ones.
They're so fun to watch.
Yeah.
Drama.
Oh shit, he's all about the drama, ladies.
That's right.
Take a number, because you're gonna be waiting in line for the drama train
Yeah, no.
Sure.
at the deli.
Question 6. What? What's your favorite colors or favorite question
Oh
category?
hell yeah.
Purple / pink / turquoise. 2. Blue / orange. 3. Red / black. 4. Pink / red. Or 5. Green.
Are these color combinations?
Five. Just
I'll
pick
never
5 for
have-
me. Just
You
5.
got it, buddy. You got it.
Questions I have for this question will never be answered. So I'm just gonna pick 5.
Okay.
Lily, you should know that this question, some variation of it, appears on almost every single personality
and it's
quiz
just
that's
the
online.
same. It's always like combinations. There's maybe one solo one, or it's like
Yeah.
I don't know. It's all over the fucking place.
Sometimes they'll say like blacks and reds, and then the next one will be like reds, greens, and blacks.
Right.
I like to think that it's actually really scientific and there's something like
Oh,
really meaningful behind all of our answers, not just.
You'd be
I
surprised.
also believe that too. I also believe that.
There is like a mystical element to all these personality quizzes for sure, where sometimes like
Dr.
Erica.
Kayla, Dr.
Erica.
Kayla, Dr. Erica, PhD.
Yeah.
yeah.
Winfrey.
Right.
when-
Hmm.
All right, Eric.
What's your favorite food? Is it pixie sticks / candy / pizza? The next one says pizza, ice cream, pasta. Pizza, ice cream, pasta, hot dogs. The next one says a home cooked meal. The next one says cotton candy. And the next one says meat and potatoes.
Wait, so you're telling me you can't get a home cooked meal of pixie sticks, pizza, and candy?
Not in Erica's house. Tragic. Absolute tragic kingdom.
That's why Erica got so
Dr. Erica.
messed up. I think, of all of those, a home cooked meal.
I'm number one.
Pixie sticks, candy, pizza. That feels right. That feels right. It's all good.
What is your shoe size closest to? 6, 10, 6.5, 7, or 7.5?
What?
10's like the real. Thank God for that. I feel like my boy Jonathan, he's probably rocking like 11.5, right?
Yeah, it's correct. Hey.
Is that really?
Yeah, you like hang out at my house.
Eric, that was weirdly invasive.
Nah.
Interesting.
I set my boy up for success on that one. I knew what was up.
Seriously, yeah. Okay, 6.
What are you? Well, no, that was invasive apparently.
No, just kidding. It would be weird if you like just had an ability to like know
You can show them to me. Show me your
Eric,
shoes.
offline, I'll send you a photo of
Yeah,
all
Thank you.
shoes. Yeah.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Adult shoes sometimes.
No, in my version of events, you just like suddenly had this ability to like size people up and know their shoe size, like
Like a
at a, like
fucking
no
carny.
question. Yeah, like you just walked up to people and like events and stuff, and you're like, "What are you like 8.5?"
Yeah. So
With a
horny.
little wink too at them, like 8.5, right? Was that
Okay.
who read that
Like
one?
your idea of the perfect place. Oh, sorry, I read
Yeah,
that one.
just read it. You're already doing it.
Your idea of the perfect place to travel is New Zealand, Sardinia, and Amsterdam.
Yeah, I'm glad you did this one.
Right.
That's
I'm
one.
so glad that we gave this one to you to
Wait,
read.
that was one.
Oh yeah, one.
That was the first option. New Zealand, Sardinia, and Amsterdam.
Okay.
And the second one is Australia, New Zealand, and Japan.
Okay.
Third one is California. Fourth one is the mall. Or 5 is Rome, Italy.
What?
Wow.
I feel like the first one really suits my jet set personality.
I can't help but love the new. I know she does this a lot, but the New Zealand twice is really killing me.
Erica, you're
Erica,
just so
killing it.
kooky.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say California.
Okay. What is your lucky number? Closest to that is question mark.
Wait, hold on. Sorry, Jonathan? What did you say your answer was?
Which was
Sardinia.
First one.
Okay,
first one had the jet set
New
extravagant.
Zealand, Sardinia, and Amsterdam.
perfect. Okay.
Lucky numbers 23, 14, 9, 11, or 1.
23.
Beep-a-loop-boo.
Is it closest to without going over, or is it just closest to?
It says closest to that is in parentheses.
Okay. What were the? It was 14. What came after 14?
9.
Oh, 14.
All right, I have my results in.
What is your lucky number, if I can ask?
Can you
13.
say?
Okay. Oh! It actually lists them all out. It's been so long. All right, Kaylin, you go first for Lily.
Okay, I'm excited.
with your Lily, with your 60%, you are most like the dirty girl herself, Miss Christina Aguilera.
Oh shit.
You like to be the center of attention. If you're in a group of friends, you are usually the one cracking jokes and having a good time. Christina Aguilera, famous for her jokes.
Famous
your-
for her good-natured attitude, like very.
With 20%, you are
Wait,
like
wait.
more. Oh, sorry.
Well, hold on. Let me read his top one just in case.
Sure.
With
Next door.
40%, Jonathan, let's just say that you aren't that complicated because you're most like Avril Lavigne. You are very independent and just like living your life and not caring what anybody else thinks. You
true.
are you and you are proud of yourself.
Well,
Then
I don't know about that, but the rest of it was great.
What was Lily's like second?
The second was Mandy. You tied Mandy Moore and Jessica Simpson.
Okay.
Same here
You're-
actually, so this works out perfect.
Okay, so the Mandy Moore, you're like a normal, modest person. You can be sweet, shy, and innocent one day, and the next you're energetic and crazy. You can make friends with almost anybody. And the Jessica Simpson side of you, maybe you'll find your own Nick Lachey winky face.
There is a winky face.
You are the model girl, cute, perky, full of spirit, and in a way, a cheerleader. You are often flirtatious and love boys. And 0%, unfortunately, I hate to tell you, you have Britney Spears, Miss Baby One More Time herself, who is a happy shopaholic that just wants to go to the mall and theme parks and hang out with friends.
Well,
Jonathan, you were 20% on Britney Spears. Your 0 was Christina Aguilera.
Correct. 100% correct.
wow, this here it circles back to where we got some inverses going on. We got
Mhm.
some.
I mean, I feel
Some
like I
yin
did
and
better
some
on
yang.
boys, but that's
It's like your sun is not Mandy Moore, is Christina Aguilera, and your rising is Mandy Moore, and your moon is Jessica Simpson.
That feels right to me.
And Jonathan, your sun is Avril, your moon is Mandy Moore, and your rising is Britney Spears.
That makes so much.
My sun
sense
is Leo,
to me.
so it checks out.
Sure.
God damn. The tests never lie, and neither do I when I say to you both that you have once again just fucking knocked it out of the park. Best guess ever. World champions. We're sending you jerseys tonight that say world champions.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Good night. No, let's do this correctly. Let's throw it to you guys. Why don't you plug the things that you're gonna plug one more time? Let's tell people where they can find y'all, what they can find when they get there. Where will they be on the other side of that experience?
Well, you can totally head to drinkboybook.club/Caitlin-D and take a look at this wonderful journal entry how would you describe it?
Romp through Mexico.
Romp through Mexico and various poisons that the illustrious co-host of the show seems to enjoy shoving into herself in various ways.
Yeah,
Explicit.
in all sorts of manners. And I also want to just real quick remind people that if they want to go to my website and order some Goth Yearbook merch, that would support us too. We also have our Patreon with lots of fun episodes, and that's like patreon.com/Goth Yearbook, I think. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, that's youtube.com/Goth Yearbook. And we have cool crew neck sweaters now that are super comfy. Eric has one. I'm waiting for my samples still because it's a little harder for me to get mail. But yeah, we are going to have more merch coming more regularly. So stay tuned if you don't see something yet that you want.
Woohoo!
Woo. All right.
Yeah.
Jonathan, Lily, once again, thank you all so much for coming aboard this magical mystery train. Caitlin, as always, thank you for being the co-host with the mo-host. I'm going to say goodnight to all y'all. I need to go to bed. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Good night, guys.
All right, good night.
Bye.